So we are now on the quarter 3, week 7 of our discussion, and the topic is all about similarity theorems and Pythagorean theorem. So let's elaborate. The two triangles are said to be similar if corresponding angles are congruent and corresponding sides are proportional. So we have just discussed this nung nakaraang linggo. That to determine if the two triangles are similar, they must have corresponding angles that are congruent and corresponding sides that are proportional para malaman natin kung similar ba sila or hindi. So we can tell whether two triangles are similar without testing all the sides and all the angles of the two triangles. If one of the rules is true, it is sufficient to prove that the two triangles are similar. In proving that two triangles are similar, there are three accepted methods. The first one is the angle-angle similarity theorem, or AA similarity theorem. For example, given the following triangles, find the length of S. So we have here the left triangle and the right triangle. So, meron tayong given dito na 35 degrees and 28 degrees. We have also here 35 degrees and 28 degrees. Therefore, it satisfies that the two triangles are similar by angle-angle similarity theorem. But the question is, what is the length of the value or the value of S? Since ito po yung nawawala. So, this is the solution. Since the triangles are similar by AA similarity theorem, then the ratio of corresponding sides are equal. 6 over 2 is equal to 9 over S. So 6 over 2, since they are the proportion, and 9 over S. Okay? So by means extremes product law, we can obtain 6S is equal to 18. 2 times 9 is 18. Then we have to divide both sides by 6. So therefore, the answer is 3. So the value of S is 3. Okay? So gagamit ka lang ng proportion to get the answer. Okay? Another one or another method is side angle side similarity theorem. On the given triangles, we have here 16, 28, and S, 12, 21, and 6. As you can see, they have the congruent angle and napapagitnaan siya ng dalawang side. Therefore, it is a side angle side similarity theorem. Okay? So, the question is find the length of S. Again, meron na naman tayong S na nawawalang side. So, the solution here is, since the triangles are similar by SAS similarity theorem, then the ratio of the corresponding sides are equal. So, 16 over 12 is equal to 28 over 21, having a scale factor of 4 over 3. Because 16 over 12 is, or having a lowest term of 4 over 3, same as with 28 over 21. So our scale factor is 4 over 3. So we can use S over 6 is equal to 4 over 3. Yung S over 6, nakuha natin yan dito. S over 6. Since sila yung proportion. So by means of extremes product law, we can obtain 3S and 24. So we have to divide both sides by 3, so the answer will become 8. So the value of S here is 8. Okay? Another method is side-side-side similarity theorem. So given on these triangles, we have here 10, 6, 14, 5, 3, and 7. So the question is, what is the measure of angle X? Okay? So if this one is 50, what will be the value of this one? So the answer here is 10 over 5, 14 over 7, and 6 over 3 having a scale factor of 2 over 1. So because the lowest term of 10 over 5, 14 over 7, and 6 over 3 is 2 over 1. And they are all equal. Since the triangles are similar by SSS similarity theorem, then the corresponding angles are congruent. This means that the measure of angle X is 50 as well. Para malaman, ito po yun, 50. Dapat yung corresponding angle niya congruent sa kanya. Okay? So this must be 50 degrees. So problem solving involving similar triangle. Number 1 question. On a level ground, a 4-feet person and a flagpole cast shadows of 8 feet and 64 feet respectively. What is the height of the flagpole? Let x be the height of the flagpole. So this is the illustration. This one is the person and this is the flagpole. So yung person daw po ay may taas na 4 feet. At yung flagpole naman po, hindi natin alam. At yun yung hahanapin natin. Sabi dyan, a 4-feet person and a flagpole cast shadows of 8 feet and 64 feet. So kanino kaya mapupunta yung 8 feet na shadow? Kay person. Bakit kay person? Kasi siya yung unang object na binigay dito. So, kung sino yung unang object na binanggit, sa kanya mo ibibigay yung unang given. Since meron tayong word na respectively. And yung another one, yung second object na binanggit, sa kanya mo ibibigay yung second na given. Okay, which is yung 64 feet. So, how are we going to get the answer? So, if the person is 4 feet, the flagpole is x, the height of the shadow is of the person is 8 feet, and the flagpole is 64 feet. As you can remember, meron tayong formulas na binigay nung nakaraang discussion, which is yung base 1 over base 2 is equal to whole right over upper right. Kung naalala mo. Okay? You can use that formula as the proportion. Solution. Notice that the two triangles formed on the illustration are similar by AA similarity theorem. So since, look at this one. So ito yon, no? So kung ililinya lang natin siya, ganito ang magiging sagot or magiging illustration niya. So we formed two angles. Okay? So, if we have two angles that are congruent, then therefore, our triangles are similar. So, the working equation now here is x over 4 is equal to 64 over 8. So, ito yon, base 1 over base 2 over whole right is equal to whole right over upper right. Okay, which is x over 4 is equal to 64 over 8. By means extremes product law, we can obtain 8x is equal to 64 times 4. 64 times 4 is 256 divided by 8 is 32. Therefore, the value of the flagpole is 32 feet. Okay? And also, you can look at the given 4 feet daw po yung person. Tapos 8 feet yung shadow. Kung 64 feet yung shadow, ilan kaya yung flagpole? Kung titingnan natin siya logically, 4 feet yung person, 8 feet yung shadow niya, na doble. Kung dodoblehin natin yung sukat ng flagpole, 64 daw po yung magiging sagot. And ano kaya yung kalahati ng 64? 32. So kapag dinoble natin yung 32, magiging 64. And that is the answer. Okay? You can use the logical thinking, but also, you need to prove. Okay? Next, another question. Juan is 6 feet tall and is standing next to his daughter. He notices that he can see both of their shadows and decides to measure each shadow. His shadow is 12 feet long and his daughter's shadow is 7 feet long. How tall is Juan's daughter? Okay, let's analyze the question. Juan daw po is 6 feet tall. Okay, so ito si Juan, yung tatay. He notices that he can see both of their shadows. So, ito yung shadow niya, ito yung shadow ng anak niya. His shadow is 12 feet long. So, 12 feet daw po yung haba ng shadow niya. And yung shadow daw ng anak niya is 7 feet. And the question is, gaano katangkad ngayon yung anak niya? So, kung ilo-logical thinking natin yan, okay, babasahin mo lang yung question, then you can get the answer. Note, the sun creates shadows at the same angle for both Juan and his daughter. Assuming they are both standing up straight and making right angles with the ground, similar triangles are formed. Ito yon, yung dalawang triangle. Ayan, may nakalinya na. And also, may tao na din as illustration. So, merong dalawang right angle na nabuo. This means that corresponding sides are proportional. So, we can say that x over 6, ito yon yung taas ng anak over yung taas ng tatay is equal dun sa shadow ng anak sa shadow ng tatay, which is 7 over 12. By means extremes product law again, we can use or we can obtain 12x is equal to 6 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42 divided by 12 is 3.5. So the height of the daughter is 3.5 or 3.5 feet. Okay? So kung yung tatay daw ay 6 feet at yung shadow niya ay 12 feet, kung 12 feet yung shadow ng anak, ilan yung kalahati niya? That is 3.5. Okay? Ginamitan ulit natin ang logic. So after we have the similarity theorem, let's proceed with Pythagorean theorem. Aside from the triangle similarity theorem, Pythagorean theorem is one of the most important theorems in solving problems involving triangles. It is used to compute for a missing side length in a right triangle. Do not forget that you can only use Pythagorean theorem in right triangle. You cannot use it to other kind of triangle. Pythagorean theorem states that the sum of the squares of the legs of a right triangle is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. So let's say that A and B are the legs of a right triangle and C is the hypotenuse. So this will be the formula. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Kasi ang sabi dyan, yung sum daw po ng square ng mga legs, ito yon, yung square ng mga legs na pinagsama ay equal sa hypotenuse or sa square ng hypotenuse. Okay? So this is the illustration or this is the proving kung paano nangyari. Given triangle ABC with angle C as a right angle, ito po yon, triangle ABC. Yan. Then yung angle C is yung right angle. So yung katapat niya is the hypotenuse, yung pinakamahabang leg. Tapos ito namang A and B yung mga legs. Prove A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Let's prove. Proof, let segment CD be the altitude drawn to the hypotenuse AB. Ito po yun. Yung CD na tinutukoy. Notice that the two triangles or two right triangles formed are similar to each other and similar to the given right triangle. So we can say that ang triangle CBD is similar to triangle ACD and is similar to triangle ABC. By what? Thus, C over A is equal to A over M and C over B is equal to B over N. Okay? Ito po yun. Ito yung C. Yung buong yan. C over A is equal to M over A. A over M pala. Baligtad. And then, C over B is equal to B over N. C over B, ito yun, is equal to B over N. Okay? So, pag ginamitan natin siya ng means extremes product law, it will become A squared is equal to CM and B squared is equal to CN. Ito po yun. A times A tsaka CM. B times B tsaka C times N. Kaya naging ganyan. By addition property of equality, we obtain A squared plus B squared is equal to CM plus CN. Okay? So, A squared plus B squared is equal to C times the quantity of M plus N. Bakit po naging ganyan? Kinuha lang po natin yung common factor nila, which is yung letter C. Kaya ang pinagsama na lang natin is yung M plus N. And M plus N here on the given is also letter C. Okay? Pag pinagsama daw natin yung M plus N, ang makalalabasan niya yung letter C. So, therefore, we have now C times C. So, the formula is A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So, ganyan ginawa ni, sino ba nag-propose? Si Pythagoras. Okay? So, ganyan ginawa ni Pythagoras yung formula. Pythagoras is the one who proposed Pythagorean Theorem. So, let's have an example. So, number 1, determine if 9, 12, 15 are sides of a right triangle. If the given sides satisfy the Pythagorean theorem, then it is a right triangle. So, gagamitin natin yung Pythagorean theorem to know if the sides are for right triangle. So, 9, 12, 15, you can state that as A, B, C respectively. A is 9, B is 12, and C is 15. A is 9, B is 12, and C is 15. Okay? 9 squared is 81, 12 squared is 144, 15 squared is 225. 81 plus 144 is 225, and they are equal. Kapag nag-equal po, thus, 9, 12, 15 are sides of a right triangle. Ibig sabihin po niyan, yung mga sides na yan ay nagsasatisfy to have right triangle. Okay? So let's find the length of the missing side of the given triangle. Another example. Using the Pythagorean theorem, here is the example. The hypotenuse is 10, the value of A is unknown, the value of B is 5. So meron kang A, B, and C. So ang wala ka lang ay yung letter A. So A squared plus 5 squared is equal to 10 squared. Saan galing yung 5 and 10? Dito po sa given. Next, A squared is equal to 25. A squared plus 25 is equal to 100. And transpose natin yung 25, it will become negative 25. Then minus natin 75, no? Then i-extract natin siya, extract by extracting square root. A squared, square root of A squared is equal to square root of 75. Since 75 is not a perfect square, we have to think of a number na may perfect factor. And that is 25 times 3. Hindi po 5. Ang nakalagay kasi sa solution sa module is 5. Okay, correction lang po yan. The answer is 3. So, 25 times 3 is 75. So, yung 25 is a perfect square. Kaya pwede mo na siyang ilabas. Therefore, the square root of 25 is 5. Ang natira sa loob is 3, not 5. Okay? Another question. How high up the wall will a 7-meter ladder touch if the foot of the ladder is placed 2 meters from the wall? So, isipin mo, meron daw ladder at meron ding pader. Okay? Gaano daw po kataas yung pader kung may sumandal sa kanyang 7-meter na ladder? At yung layo ng ladder dun sa wall ay 2 meters. So, this is the exact position and illustration. So, letter B is the unknown leg. So, meron tayong letter C. Of course, this is letter A. So, here is the solution. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. 2 squared plus B squared is equal to 72. 7 squared. So, 2 squared is 4 plus B squared is equal to 7 squared is 49. So, B squared, transpose natin yung 4 sa kabila, magiging 49 minus 4. 49 minus 4 is 45. So, i-extract natin siya ulit. Magiging square root of 45. And the factor of 45, because 45 is not a perfect square, is 9 times 5. So, kung 9 times 5, yung 9 is perfect square, ilalabas natin siya. So, it will become 3 square root of 5. Okay? So, acute triangle theorem naman na tayo after Pythagorean theorem. If the square of the length of the longest side of a triangle is less than the sum of the squares of the lengths of the other two sides, then the triangle is an acute triangle. So this is how are we going to determine if the given is an acute triangle. 6c squared is less than a squared plus b squared. Wag malilito, ito ay less than. Kasi para malaman natin kung acute triangle siya. Example natin, triangle ABC has sides 9, 10, 12 respectively. Verify if the triangle is an acute triangle. Tandaan that 9, 10, and 12 are ABC respectively. C squared is equal to C squared is less than A squared plus B squared. Therefore, 12 squared is less than 9 squared plus 10 squared. 12 squared is 144, 9 squared is 81, and 10 squared is 100. Pag pinag-combine natin sila, 81 plus 100 is 181. And 144 is less than 181. Is that true? Yes. Since the inequality is true, then triangle ABC is an acute triangle. Tandaan, kapag mas mababa daw po yung letter C natin kesa doon sa A and B, the triangle must be an acute triangle. How about obtuse triangle? If the square of the length of the longest side of a triangle is greater than the sum of the squares of the lengths of the other two sides, then the triangle is an obtuse triangle. C squared is greater than A squared plus B squared. So here is the example. Triangle PQR has sides 4, 5, and 7. Verify if the triangle is an obtuse triangle. The formula here is C squared is greater than A squared plus B squared. So again, 4 is A, 5 is B, and 7 is C. So 7 squared is greater than 4 squared plus 5 squared. So 7 squared is 49, 4 squared is 16, and 5 squared is 25. So we added 16 and 25. The answer is 41. And 49 is greater than 41. Is that correct? Yes. Since the inequality is true, then triangle PQR is an obtuse triangle. Tandaan mo lang po, pag mas mataas ngayon yung letter C natin kesa dun sa A and B, the triangle is an obtuse triangle. And that's it for Quarter 3, Week 7, Similarity Theorems and Pythagorean Theorem.